Democrats have been massively conned, just incredibly brainwashed. And if they would just look at the facts, they would have to admit that to themselves. But just like somebody who believes one of those Nigerian emails where it says Prince Abubu will give you $100,000, all he needs is $1,000 to get the money out of an account. You send to Prince Abubu the $1,000. Oh, I'm sorry, now it's $1 million he can give you, but he needs $10,000. And usually, folks, by the third round, once they give him $15,000 to get $5 million from Prince Abubu, figure out they were scammed. I know people personally that I went to college with that will not speak to me anymore because I told them a Nigerian scam was a scam like 15 years ago. Now, I understand you're committed to being conned. I understand it feels good that you're with the imaginary winner, Hillary, and you're with the thinking people, and you're great and wonderful. Obamacare was written by foreign insurance companies to double and triple your prices, and the guy that helped write it, Gruber, admits on C-SPAN he was hired to lie to you and said, thank God you're so stupid, and thank God you don't have an attention span. Now, I can see your argument, though. Hey, we know the Democrats are bad, but the Republicans are worse. You know what? You're probably right in some instances. I hated George W. Bush. And the very same George W. Bush and his father and his mother vacation with and call the Clintons their family. I knew back when I was first on the air in 1995 that they'd set up Mena, Arkansas with the Bushes and were involved with the CIA. That's all been basically declassified now. They are family. The Clintons were the second and third terms of George Herbert Walker Bush. And all of that came out later. And they run the same Haiti scams together, stealing 94% of the money. They're horrible partners in crime, and they think we're all chumps. But the very same Republican establishment that runs the Bushes and that the Bushes interface with absolutely is in love with Hillary Clinton and is absolutely against Donald Trump. I mean, Trump has gotten basically zero corporate money. Hillary's broken all records. It's set to be over $1 billion. All the big mega banks, you name it, are supporting our foreign corrupt governments. And now we have this hereditary dictatorship of Bush Clintons, Clinton Bushes. And then in between, we have Obama run by the very same group in there as well. And the love fest with Obama and the Bushes is now all over TV. This is so transparent. So the truth is, you're Tories, just like the Revolutionary War. You are loyal to the establishment. You listen to NPR, you listen to the New York Times, you read the New York Times, and all they tell you is you're intellectual. You're a super nerd. You're cool. You understand what's happening. No, the truth is you're spoon-fed and brainwashed. This is just like Brexit. This is about self-determination. It's about sovereignty. It's about nationalism. Is Trump perfect? Absolutely not. He came off as just flamboyant and like a liberal to me, before he started running for office, and I learned more about it. I'm a libertarian. I just want freedom. And never before have we seen the press so unified against somebody, being directed by Hillary. Never before have we seen all this happening. So what we have here is a new royal system being set up of hegemonic control in this country, like North Korea, where it's a third generational dictator. It's so incredibly shameful. And for all intents and purposes, when Hillary gets in, there are a lot of special interests behind her, but George Soros will become the 45th president of the United States. Hillary's mind is gone. The latest Wikileaks have them saying she doesn't know what planet she's on. She's got serious medical issues. Let's not go after Sanders on his, because she's worse. We've been confirmed right, folks. She's having serious epileptic seizures. She's being run by special interests, and it's in the emails. They say, do whatever George Soros wants. Well, who is he? We pass laws in our Constitution that you can't be foreign born, because 200-something years ago, when that was all ratified, the whole world was about sending princes from one country to go take over another. People were sick of foreign rulers. So we said, hey, we're not going to have foreign rulers. Well, now more than ever, we have that law so weirdo Schwarzenegger can't be president, or weirdo Soros. I mean, an admitted Nazi collaborator. And I bring this up to leftists, and they just don't care because they feel like, well, he's on our team and we're with him. This is very, very dangerous. So you're voting for the establishment. You're voting for George Soros to be co-president. It was Hillary and Bill back in the 90s. Now it's going to be Hillary and George. That's what you're voting for. And this guy's trying to start massive war. He says he wants war with Russia. He helped fund the Arab Spring. And then they run TV ads saying that Trump's going to nuke the world, like the Barry Goldwater ads in 1964, when it's the opposite. It's now come out in the new emails that Podesta is a Russian agent, that Hillary did get $35 million, that she did meet secretly with Putin. So she accuses Trump of that. It's been confirmed they sent people dressed up like Sanders supporters to attack Trump supporters, to blame Trump and blame Sanders, getting both her enemies out. Then she stole the nomination from Sanders. But the good, dutiful NPR listener, maybe I should talk in a voice like this to you, then you'll listen to me. You just are so, intellectual, and and you're a high information person, and you all craft reality for yourself. It's amazing. It's amazing. You can't see the forest for the trees. I don't think Trump's perfect. I think it's going to be really rough if he gets in. because the establishment's going to really try to hammer this country. But just like they're hammering England now for getting out of the EU, this is a self-determination route we absolutely, as a society, must take. Can you buck the mind control? Can you understand the fact that just like Obamacare was a screw job and so many other things they brought through bipartisanly are screw jobs, that same bipartisan elite are now totally dethroned worldwide and have been exposed. Yet true liberals like Julian Assange and true liberals across the political spectrum like Jill Stein are saying World War III, danger Will Robinson. Trump is the peace candidate. And more top intellectuals across the board are saying that because it's the truth, because he's not out to get Russia. He's not out to just conquer the world for some global corporate system that's using America. He does want to do basic things that will make our economy explode. Kennedy cut the general tax, the main tax was 3 brackets, for poor to middle class by 50% in 1961. Within 2 years, look it up, 50% increase in tax receipts, and a year and a half after that, it was almost double. Go look it up for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You cut taxes, more money comes in because it stimulates the economy. But the establishment wants you to be a nation of renters. They want you to be controlled. That's in the Wikileaks. Poor, dumb, low information, unaware. These are quotes. These are quotes about you. You think you're a high information person. You're in a bubble, an echo chamber of their disinformation. Come out of the bubble. Come out of the bubble. This is about nationalism. It shows up as leftist in some countries, as right-wing in others. But from Catalonia in Spain to the Brexit in England to what Iceland has done, getting out of the globalist system, to what we're doing, this is about rediscovering sovereignty and local control. Now, I'm going to be on the radio tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. in the studio, breaking this all down, Infowars.com/show. I'll be filing other reports on other key subjects. We put out an 18-minute report that is so professional, took us days to produce, with all the clips admitting election fraud by the Democrats previously, who now say it doesn't exist. And here's the big secret. They're already stealing the election. They've already been caught. Hillary already stole the nomination. That's why they're trying to act like Trump is so crazy to say he will fight if there's evidence of fraud, because they're trying to precondition you to accept the theft of the election. Katie bar the door if Hillary gets in. It will only embolden the centralization of media and the consolidation of power and this fascist fake liberalism that's taking over the world, where these throngs of minions, these disenfranchised trendies, believe the state and media is their mommy and their daddy, and because mommy smiles at them and pats them on the head, they believe it's real. It's not. It's just like when a hot blonde is on Fox looking at you all delightfully at the teleprompter and, oh, coming up next, oh yeah. And the average guy, heart rate goes up. I've been at UT Psychological Department 10 years ago where they were doing tests with hot girls on teleprompters, talking to men and showing their arousal, and also women, what would arouse them. Major networks are paying psychology departments to fine-tune the flicker rates of the TV to mesmerize you. Look it up. This is real, people. This is real. So, come on. Snap out of it. Doesn't mean everything I say is absolutely accurate, or that I'm not seeing the world through my own rose-colored scanner darkly. But I'm a lot more awake than most people, and I'm telling you, we're in danger. We got to get up. Come on, let's wake up together. Let's do it. Come on, splash some water on our faces and really pull back and say, am I really with the whole establishment that's against Trump right now? I mean, am I really buying into this? Am I really this weak-minded? Because, make no mistake, we got the Wikileaks. They're fascists, folks. They hate you. The Republican establishment, the Democratic establishment, unified against Trump, hoping you buy into groupthink and don't vote for him. He's really 5, 10 to 15 points, depending on the state, ahead, but the battleground's 5 to 10. That's what internal polls are showing. That's actually coming out. But they want to create the illusion he's losing, so it's plausible when they steal it. Do you want George Soros as co-president? Infowars.com is where the tip of the spear is right now, folks. God bless you all. Democrats have been massively conned, just incredibly brainwashed. And if they would just look at the facts, they would have to admit that to themselves. But just like somebody who believes one of those Nigerian emails where it says Prince Abubu will give you $100,000, all he needs is $1,000 to get the money out of an account. You send to Prince Abubu the $1,000. Oh, I'm sorry, now it's $1 million he can give you, but he needs $10,000. And usually, folks, by the third round, once they give him $15,000 to get $5 million from Prince Abubu, figure out they were scammed. I know people personally that I went to college with that will not speak to me anymore because I told them a Nigerian scam was a scam like 15 years ago. Now, I understand you're committed to being conned. I understand it feels good that you're with the imaginary winner, Hillary, and you're with the thinking people and you're great and wonderful. Obamacare was written by foreign insurance companies to double and triple your prices, and the guy that helped write it, Gruber, admits on C-SPAN he was hired to lie to you and said, thank God you're so stupid, and thank God you don't have an attention span. Now, I can see your argument, though. Hey, we know the Democrats are bad, but the Republicans are worse. You know what? You're probably right in some instances. I hated George W. Bush. And the very same George W. Bush and his father and his mother vacation with and call the Clintons their family. I knew back when I was first on the air in 19